And Sage Steele, host of the Sage Steele Show. Good to see you, Sage. Your reaction to this story?
I feel like you and I are probably on the same page with this.
Yeah.
Disappointed, but no longer surprised.
No.
I think the fact that it was an owner who was so vile to two young women is probably the most disturbing part. I should say, good job by the Seattle Storm. I'm not sure if it was the Storm or the WNBA actually, but the Storm for holding her accountable.
Yeah.
So 5-game suspension and a fine. Yeah. That's a big deal. I mean, a public apology would be great as well, not just from the team statement, but from her. Although we know that it would be disingenuous because she wouldn't mean it. She would just be doing it because she was told to do it. But I want people to think about that. This woman who is so proud to be a woman goes up to some 17-year-old girls who are doing what? Thanking another woman for standing up for women. But then she had to cut these young women down. Like, it's total insanity that just continues in this league. But I'm so proud also of those young women for going in the first place, for understanding the importance of what Sophie did, which shouldn't be courageous, but that's exactly what it was, to say what she did about protecting women in women's sports and doubling down on it when all the pressure came. What's going to happen from this, though, is more of a movement. More young women wear an XXXY swag because they should. It's a great product, by the way. Jennifer Say's incredible. She created it. So I'm disappointed, but I'm not shocked, especially considering what the WNBA has been doing and not doing of late. Well,
it was, you're right about the punishment was actually the smartest thing they could have possibly done, because right now the WNBA is making progress they haven't seen since its infancy. This whole Caitlin Clark, the Sophie Cunningham dynamic, the Indiana Fever, I would probably argue is the most appealing team in the league, the most exciting to watch. I don't know how they're doing as far as fan base, but they're growing the league with that team. And there's a political element to that in some way now because of this stance that Sophie Cunningham has made, which has gotten the league so much attention in the last few weeks. And now you have a couple young girls that are saying, this is what we believe and this is how we feel. And we're going to go to these games. We're going to support this team because we identify with that. You can't let a team owner come up and just blow that all up. You have to make a stand if you want to support that. If you want that league to have mutual support from all sides of the aisle, which is what every league needs if you want to sustain, if it ever wants to sustain itself, you can't have something like that. That owner is a fool for making that move. What a fool.
It's insane. But what it does is it speaks to the core of who she really is. They don't want to support all women. No. Just women who agree with their sometimes insane narrative. Your point about the Indiana Fever being such a popular team right now, yes. Hi, Caitlin Clark, #1 top-selling jersey in the sport. And guess who the #2 top-selling jersey now Sophie, right? is? It's Sophie Cunningham. And also, Sophie Cunningham's shoes have been on fire, but when she made that statement last week, they sold out. Men's and women's sizes, and all of Sophie's shoes sold out in an hour. And then what did Sophie do after hearing about what happened in Seattle last night? She took to her own social media on X and made a statement. Sadly, apologizing that these girls had to experience that, really going hard on that owner and saying how embarrassing it is that she did that. And again, supporting women, doubling down on it. So I believe that this is all going to be really, really good for the people who genuinely care about the league, genuinely care about female athletes. I know Jennifer Say is now going with her XXXY brand for a rally outside of the next Fever game, one of the next ones coming up, which is in Minnesota, of all places. Listen, I think we need to kind of buckle up, though, security, because we've got some people who are a little bit unhinged, like that owner. But overall, they're celebrating, and I think it's going to start more of a movement to encourage women to stand up for each other in all ways, not just in the ways that are convenient.
And be potentially good for a league that needs a lot of help. A lot of help. So, Sage, good to see you. Thanks so much for coming on.
Thanks, Rob.
All right. Everybody's reporting the same stories, the same spin. You turn the channel, it's always the same. But not us. We're different. We report the real news. No spin, just the facts. Turn to us, and you won't turn back.
Tune in to Rob Schmitt Tonight on Newsmax.